It's week 4 of the... It's in the game. It's the Raiders and the Giants, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
He's coming off such a strong performance last week, Mike, where he did a little bit of everything. Throws for 3 touchdowns, ran for another, but most importantly, leads his team to the big win. I'll tell you what, he has his eyes set on trying to do the same thing here over these next 4 quarters.
And he'll take it for 4 yards on the game's first play. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Here's 2nd and 6. On play action. Ball deep, middle of the field.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and I'll tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds. Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
You know, some weeks, Mike, it just seems like you just can't do anything wrong. Every play, every throw, it just seems like everything goes your way, and that was certainly the case last week, throwing for over 3. His receivers, they're coming into every game saying, we're going to get a lot of opportunities, and their quarterback can continue to play at that high of a level. There's a lot of production to go around. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
They put Wilson in motion. Back to throw. The open man is Wilson. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big 3rd down pickup for a 1st down. A gain of 15 and a 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
That's taken in by Achane. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. Back to the air one more time. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
He was looking for Garrett Wilson there, and that'll set up 4th down. The Giants sending out their punter. And No return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Raiders offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. And he will take this one in. 80 yards. Touchdown, Vegas.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Makes the score Raiders 7, Giants nothing.
$7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Here's Darius Davis to return it. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Giants offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. And that is incomplete.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
That's fielded at about the 18. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Raiders offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Off he goes. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback. You do, man. He becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Now, faking the give. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Raiders offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. And that's going to wind up incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him. And instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
The Giants offense ready to get back at it. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's caught on the right side by Waddle. 2nd down and 3. Throwing now from the gun. Sending it deep for Waddle. That is caught! Jalen Waddle, the intended target. And it's going to be 3rd down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He's got the hook up there to Waddle. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 75 yards. Touchdown, New York. 3rd down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the 1st down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that 1st down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
No problem there on the extra point. And the Giants will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. This is fielded inside the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect.
And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Las Vegas. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. A beautiful combination in the air there, the pass downfield, and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Giants offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's a 10. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll get this complete to Jerry Jeudy. 3rd and 6. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the 1st quarter. It's the Raiders with the early lead. We're back to upstate New York in just a moment. Here comes 3rd and 6. And that is incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Matt Araiza now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Raiders offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a 2nd defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried the 1st half, it hasn't worked. He'll go right and find his running back. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. He's going to tuck it and go. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Quick throw here is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. And And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. He'll try to run for it. And for the moment, that's a first down. But we do have a marker down. Let's see if this one will hold up. So a much more difficult scenario now. It is 3rd and 10. Slot receiver headed right. On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often. And it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
The Giants offense headed back to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll throw out of the gun. That's into the hands of Judy on the right side. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That is caught left side by Waddle. And he's going to take this one all the way. 73 yards. Touchdown, Giants. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Now, for the point after. He gets it to go. And the Giants will tie things up. We are all even at 14. We are all square. 14 apiece the score as this one's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. We'll start this drive with first down. Back to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Up the middle they go. And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. That's Gregory Rousseau in on the stop. They need 8 as they come up for third down. The shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Taking off. He'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. This brought in out past the 20. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They bring Judy in motion. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on third down. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
In motion, it's Waddle. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They send him right out of the slot. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
So prior to that third down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up fourth down.
And that one not going to have enough leg behind it. Not by a long shot. It is no good. And the score remains level. The visitors' offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to run it. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. One of the Giants has it. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
The home team's offense ready to get back to work. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the Raiders' 48-yard line.
Right back to Wilson. He's got it again. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. They bring Judy in motion. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw yet again. That one incomplete. They can't hook up there. And that incompletion takes us to the 2-minute warning. On third down, they'll throw from the gun. That is caught back corner of the end zone. Garrett Wilson. Touchdown, New York. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm...
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The visitors' offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They're searching here for the tie score, down 21-14. And they'll begin 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That is knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage there defensively, all over him. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So that is what you want. I know sometimes it takes time, but they do get it right, and this call will stand. He'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense, and primarily out of half of your pass attempts. It just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one. He's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
Here's their punter now, as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. The open man is Wilson. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Now they'll set up to throw. He's got his man. Complete to Wilson.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Now a timeout. Giants, that is their 2nd. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Back to the air one more time. Over the middle, it's taken in by Waddle. Catch That's number 7 so far in this one. And a first down. The Giants going to call their 3rd and final timeout. Now Dan Quinn will send out the field goal unit. This from 34 yards. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Giants going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. And hold that thought. Let's get right back to it. We are ready for the 3rd quarter. Davis now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They put Wilson in motion. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He finds Judy on that one. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Going deep downfield for Judy.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
The Giants sending out their punter. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Raiders offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Quick throw, taken in.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and is able.
Now, after a gain of 7. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Giants offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and Him and his receiver are able to connect.
And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Right back to Judy. He's got it again. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
At the 41-yard line.
Now, faking the give. That's into the hands of Judy on the right side. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
New York Giants.
Now, 8 chains. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. That's taken in by Achane. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
In motion, it's Waddle. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. Now, a loose football. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
After these kind of plays, Mike, you just wish the sideline was a mile away, because you know when you get there, you are going to catch an earful. They stress all week, ball carriers, we have to protect the ball. In this case, it doesn't result in a turnover, but the lost yardage now brings up 4th down. These are drive killers.
And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. The Raiders' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. And, look, they've been out of sorts throughout. So they come to the line for first down and 10. He'll look to throw. A throw on the move is caught. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
2nd and 7. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He's got it. That's a first down up across midfield and down to the 47-yard line. The motion man here is Wilson. A handoff as they try to run it here. And this will be a short pickup down to the 45. Up from the secondary, Diamador Lenore with the stop. Second down and 8. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction, defense. Still second down.
Now this time they'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
It's a gain of 3. First down, Raiders.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA. First and 10. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense. Still first down.
And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game.
Still first down.
Quick throw here is complete.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
And he's able to find a crease, get ahead for 7. He'll bring up 3rd down. Trying to get this one on the ground. So, a big one coming for their veteran kicker. This to get back to a 1-possession game. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
That's complete to the rookie's 2nd-round pick.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
In motion, it's Waddle. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. That is caught left side by Waddle.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
And he'll get to the 48, and that's going to be good enough. It'll pick up a first down.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's his tight end, Pitts. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 43-yard line.
They put Wilson in motion. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down. Slot man in motion left. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
As this clock continues to tick, we're getting dangerously close here to do-or-die territory. But after that 3rd down sack, real good chance of getting off the field. No points allowed. Let's see if their offense now can do their job, because defense certainly did theirs.
Special teams on the field, ready for this punt, as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. The Raiders offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field.
Holding offense.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll begin here on the ground. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Now a give up the middle. The Raiders send their punt team out. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. He's to the 40. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Giants offense ready to get back at it. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
They just have to be better on 1st down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on 1st down. That is the best down in football to attempt to pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They bring Judy in motion. He'll drop to throw. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. screen set up for Achane.
They pick up a nice chunk play there through the air on third down, but it's not quite enough to move the chains. Now the question is, how aggressive is this head coach willing to be as he tries to extend this drive?
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Throwing now from the gun. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback.
Oh, big hole left side. No touchdown, but they are close. Going to be first and goal. They've got it at the 3. Here is first and goal. They'll drop to throw. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Vegas.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting thing is, do you want to take the lead with still enough time for your opponent to get the ball back to go to try to win it? I think I'm kicking the extra point here, tie the game. I don't want my opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation. Now I'm playing for overtime.
The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Giants offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive that starts with first down. There's that man again, another catch. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. He'll get that to Wilson. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. Right back to Wilson. He's got it again. It is second down and 5. Back to the air one more time. That's caught left side by Pitts. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. They'll look to throw again. We'll get this to Pitts once more. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. And it's first and 10. Now it's Achane. Good running inside the 25. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about, and they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him, and that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
The extra point is up and through, and the Giants will go up by 7. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This one taken at the 7. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Raiders offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. Now they'll set up to throw. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down. Now the Raiders going to use their third and final timeout. And will stop it with a little over 30 left in the game. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. Here we go. This is 4th down. This is caught. He's got a long way to go.
And it all came down to that play. The offense finds themselves trailing, all out of their timeouts. The defense knew they were one stop away from ending this game, and they came up big when their team needed it.
And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olsen, for our entire team.